Hey everyone! Today we're diving into one of the most intense battles in Chinese history, the Battle of Gaixia, which went down in 202 BCE. This was the final showdown in the Chu-Han Contention, a civil war that lasted 4 brutal years. On one side we've got Liu Bang from the state of Han, and on the other, Xiang Yu of the state of Chu. Spoiler alert, Liu Bang comes out on top, and that victory leads to the founding of the Han Dynasty. Now this battle took place in a canyon on China's central plains and marked the end of the chaos that followed the collapse of the Qin Dynasty. Both Liu Bang and Xiang Yu had fought side by side to bring down the Qin, but after the capital Xianyang fell in 206 BCE, they became bitter enemies. The rivalry between these two escalated fast, and by the time of Gaixia, it was an all-out fight for control. Here's where things get even more dramatic. Liu Bang's general Han Xin actually kidnapped Xiang Yu's lover, Lady Yu, to lure him into the canyon at Gaixia. In a desperate move to rescue her, Xiang Yu fell into Liu Bang's trap and was defeated. That loss sealed the deal. Liu Bang declared himself Emperor Gaozu and kicked off the Han Dynasty, which would go on to rule for centuries. The Battle of Gaixia, in many ways, became the turning point between the fall of the Qin Dynasty and the rise of the Han Dynasty. The story of how we got here starts way earlier though. After the Zhou Dynasty's collapse, China split into 7 states: Chu, Han, Qi, Qin, Wei, Yan, and Zhao. Each one wanted total control, which led to what we now call the Warring States period. The state of Qin, led by Shi Huangdi, was known for its ruthless tactics. Shi Huangdi didn't care about military traditions or civility. He went all in on total war to conquer the other states. Once he had unified China, he ruled with fear, backed by a vast network of spies and secret police. Anyone who stepped out of line faced brutal punishment. But Shi Huangdi's death in 210 BCE threw everything into chaos. His son, Qin Shi, took over, but he was totally unfit to lead. After 3 years of mismanagement, he was assassinated, and rebellions exploded across the land. By 206 BCE, only 2 states, Chu and Han, were left standing, and Xiang Yu and Liu Bang became the main players. Although they had once fought on the same side, they were now locked in a fierce competition to take control of China. And now let's dive deeper into the Chu-Han Contention between 206 and 202 BCE. This was a back-and-forth struggle, with the Han and Chu armies battling relentlessly, and different states switching sides depending on who seemed stronger at the time. Both Liu Bang and Xiang Yu had learned from Shi Huangdi's harsh approach to war. The Qin ruler had achieved his success by completely ignoring the old traditions of warfare, opting instead for total war. And this ruthless strategy wasn't lost on either Liu Bang or Xiang Yu. The war claimed thousands of lives, with entire areas of farmland and cities getting wiped out. It raged on until 203 BCE, when Xiang Yu and Liu Bang agreed to a peace deal known as the Treaty of Han Gate. According to this treaty, China was supposed to be divided between the two, with each ruling their respective halves. But Liu Bang had bigger dreams. He wanted to unite the whole of China, just like Shi Huangdi had, and to get all the glory that came with it. So, not long after signing the treaty, he broke it and reignited the war. Xiang Yu fought back hard, driving Liu Bang's forces behind their defenses and laying siege to his central stronghold. But Liu Bang wasn't about to give up. He planned a coordinated counterattack with the help of his top generals, Han Xin, Ping Yue, and the King of Qi. Together, they launched a 3-pronged offensive, forcing Xiang Yu to abandon the siege and defend his own territory. But, while Xiang Yu was busy dealing with threats at home, Han Xin ambushed his forces over and over again, weakening his army. Han Xin had a larger plan in mind. Instead of engaging Xiang Yu in direct, long battles, he wanted to force him into a position where escape was impossible. So he continued to harass and trap Xiang Yu's troops, eventually leading them into the canyon at Gaixia, a place where the sheer size of Xiang Yu's army would work against him. One of the turning points came when Xiang Yu's concubine, Lady Yu, was captured during one of the skirmishes and taken to Gaixia by Han Sen. Knowing it was a trap, but driven by his love for her, Xiang Yu marched toward the canyon with 100,000 warriors, leaving most of his army to protect his capital. Once he entered the canyon, Han Sen launched his infamous ambush from 10 sides, decimating Xiang Yu's army. The battle raged on until nightfall, when Xiang Yu finally rescued Lady Yu. But things took an emotional turn when Liu Bang's forces, along with captured Chu soldiers, started singing the songs of Chu throughout the night. Hearing the familiar songs of their homeland, many Chu soldiers became homesick and began deserting in the darkness, leaving Xiang Yu with an even smaller force. At the urging of Lady Yu, Xiang Yu allowed those who wished to leave to go. Then, in one of the most tragic moments of the story, Lady Yu performed a sword dance while singing, blaming herself for Xiang Yu's defeat. To save him from further disaster, she took her own life with his sword. The next morning, Xiang Yu, with less than 800 men, managed to fight his way out of Gaixia and made a run for Pengcheng. But Liu Bang's forces were right behind him. At the Wu River, with his army mostly slaughtered, Xiang Yu saw that capture was inevitable and chose to end his life by slitting his throat. He was only 30 years old. This victory was the final step for Liu Bang. He declared himself Emperor Gaozu, founding the Han Dynasty, which would go on to rule China for the next 400 years.